I'm with Commissioner Adam Putnam here, and Commissioner, I'd like to ask you what your view is on current oil production in the state of Florida. I know you've been in depth with that while you're in D.C., and I heard you talk at CPAC. Actually, this is where I got the idea.
Sure. You know, it's a huge issue in terms of North American independence, and we began this effort in 2005 and 2006, opening up federal waters in the eastern Gulf in a way that protected nearshore areas in Florida, but opened up over 5 million acres, protected the defense training ground, because one issue in terms of potential conflicts is the fact that this is where we train a lot of the Navy fighter pilots over the eastern Gulf. So we orchestrated it in a way that opened up new areas for exploration, particularly for natural gas, which is the lifeblood of manufacturing, protected the military mission, and protected state sovereignty of state waters. And ironically, we couldn't get the Senate to go along with sharing royalties for what was found out there. So they're content to let Louisiana make a lot of money off royalties, and Mississippi and Alabama and Texas, and they would shortchange Florida. And that's an unacceptable component of that. But as we've seen since then, North American discoveries of natural gas in the Dakotas, in Pennsylvania, in the Louisiana, Texarkana area are extraordinary, and position this country for long-term abundant supplies of natural gas at reasonable prices, which is great news for all Americans.
Absolutely. Prices dropped tremendously, and a lot of people see it as a big new alternative energy source. But as more of a state position that you're in now, where do you see the future of any drilling, either with crude oil and or natural gas with Florida?
I think you'll continue to see. In fact, the feds just opened up more areas they opened up for bid more areas of the areas that we opened up, of that 5 million plus acres. Most of what we think we know about the offshore Gulf area is natural gas.
Including the Destin Dome, which I remember you talked about.
The Destin Dome area is really this geologic feature that has been studied for a long time. All indications are that it's more of a natural gas area than it is an oil area.
And one more question. What do you think about Cuba using Chinese drillers just, I think it was 70 miles off the coast?
It's offensive, because you know that they're not going to have the safety standards. You know that they're not going to have the same precautions that are expected of anyone drilling in U.S. waters, and yet it puts the Keys at risk. It puts Florida at risk. It's near the Gulf Stream, so it's a major threat, and it's just one more reason why the Cuban communist regime continues to be a thorn in the side of Floridians and the United States.
Sounds good. Well, thank you.
Thank you.